Boston, which is deep blue territory, just got a taste of what happens when ICE stop playing defense. But this story stretches from Florida beaches to California human trafficking busts to Massachusetts neighborhoods. And it all exposes one thing the media would never admit. The outrage isn't just about justice. It's about protecting a narrative that collapses the second ICE wins.
Drone video captured the takedown of a man Sunny Isles Beach police say sexually assaulted a 15-year-old girl. Officers stopped the suspect, 22-year-old Wilman Martinez Linares, as he drove down Collins Avenue in a black BMW Friday. Just south of Northeast 170th Street, police surrounded his car and took him into custody.
The most heinous crimes against society are sexual crimes, and especially sexual crimes against children.
Detectives say back on July 19th, Martinez Linares met the 15-year-old victim through a mutual friend and drove her and two others to Sunny Isles Beach near the William Lehman Causeway. Once on the sand, police say the group started a game of truth or dare, and Martinez Linares later forced himself on the girl.
He went ahead and proceeded to go and buy this young person alcohol, and in addition then took this person to the beach where he proceeded to commit a sexual battery on her.
According to the arrest report, the victim reported the incident to the Children's Crisis Response Team at the Citrus Health Network. Detectives say text messages and a positive ID on the suspect led them to charge Martinez Linares with lewd and lascivious battery on a minor. Police say using their drone as their eye in the sky helped ensure safety of the officers on the ground.
The drone kept a visual on this vehicle. It was able to communicate to the officers exactly what the vehicle was doing.
Martinez Linares remains in jail on a $50,000 bond. He's also being kept in custody for now on an immigration hold.
Oh, wow. That man, 22-year-old Wilman D. Jesus Martinez Linares, in America illegally, arrested for sexually assaulting a 15-year-old girl. Man, Florida didn't just arrest him. They put him straight in ICE custody, as he should be. That's what it looks like when leadership cares more about protecting kids than protecting criminals. Now, tell me why Democrat states keep blocking the exact same kind of operations. Because if the Florida model spreads, their excuse dies on the spot. And yet, when law enforcement is in the middle of rescuing these victims, these are the... Look, there are still people who make ICE the enemy. Watch this.
So can you please? My name's Officer Loomis, 38329.
Okay,
we've been patient with you guys. Please just stand on the grass for me.
Can you
stand on the grass for me?
Can you tell them to uncover the business, not COVID-19, sir?
I don't have any say on how they conduct their business.
So they're over your jurisdiction? COVID-19.
Officer, can I ask you a quick question? You know what's the reason they came in this location, right?
Okay.
You don't know what's the reason they came in this location?
Yes, human trafficking and narcotics investigation. They're arresting pimps and trying to rescue minors who've been wrapped up in human trafficking.
So it's no ICE?
No ICE. Which everyone's been here for quite some hours. I would hope that they could see that by now.
Okay.
What's that?
Escucharon, man. Yo ya les dice que es traffic money investigation. Ya le escucharon. Es traffic money investigation.
Hey, sir, so you're not working with ICE, right? Or Homeland Security,
No,
nothing?
no ICE
you guys have
There's
nothing
no
to do
ICE
with
here.
them?
There's Homeland Security investigation teams working human trafficking and narcotics operations.
Yeah,
no ICE here.
we don't want to hear that.
Dale, mi Nacho, ahorita te chequeo, papi. Nacho, vente.
Homeland Security is in California running a human trafficking operation, arresting pimps, rescuing minors, and dismantling the network, if you will. And what do some people focus on? Not the victims, not even the traffickers. They just want to know if ICE is there so they can harass them. People are so obsessed with the anti-ICE politics, man. They're willing to overlook human trafficking in real time. It's not activism, man. That's moral bankruptcy. That's what that is. And it's exactly the kind of blindness that lets predators keep operating. And sometimes That blindness isn't just in the streets. It's sitting in positions of power over your children.
We have armed people who aren't talking. They're not identifying themselves. We don't know who they are. We don't know where they've come from. And they have masks on, and they are pushing this line, and they have grabbed 2 protesters so far. They've grabbed 2 protesters, the first one because he just wasn't moving quick enough, and they just jumped on him, on his back, and we were all yelling, let him go, and he was going, what did I do? And they jumped on him, right? Then the second time, there was a disabled man in a chair, right, who's trying to back up in front of a truck, because that truck over there is stuck in the fields, because I was told they snatched the guy driving. So the guy in the disabled wheelchair was trying to back up, and the guy who was on a megaphone, who has been giving information on the protester side, telling people to be peaceful, telling people, giving them instructions, he went to help, and I saw them, they grabbed him. They went after him. And I found out he's a CSUCI faculty member. And so there's been these armed guys since I got here around 1:15. There's about 6 or 7, and they've just been quiet. I'm okay. And then about an hour ago, all these guys with the sticks and the shin guards pulled up in those armored vehicles to give reinforcement. We don't know. And they reset this line and moved about 20 yards. And this gentleman right here will walk around with this thing in his hands or something else. I'm not military, so I don't know. But he'll walk with it in his hands, and he'll basically tell you to get moving, right? But I do appreciate him, because I told him, hey, I'm just helping Telemundo get out here, and he let me do that. So, but what you're seeing is community showing up here, and this is happening in our community right now, across from CSUCI, where we teach and train and educate the next generation. Kids that are the children of these farm workers who go to work every day just to help our communities eat. And they're here right now, armed, masked, and that's where we find ourselves in July of 2025.
School board president protesting ICE raid in California. That's what that is. Atticus Ford Reyes. Man, protesting an ICE raid where hundreds were arrested, actually. Some with serious criminal records. His bio literally says abolish ICE. This guy's just making decisions for your children's education. Now, if he's willing to defend breaking the law here, I want you to imagine what kind of values he's pushing inside the classroom. This isn't education, it's ideological grooming. And most parents have no idea that it's happening. And the media, they've got their own way of stacking the deck against ICE. Boston is a perfect example.
There are some more concerns after ICE agents made arrests in Lowell as well as East Boston earlier today. Our Oscar Margain is live for us in Lowell tonight. Oscar, I know that you spoke with a former FBI agent earlier today about how exactly these arrests have been carried out. What did he have to say to you?
Colton, well, he believes that ICE here is putting on a big public show. And today, people got to witness what looked like about 24 federal agents swarming this gas station here behind me on Bridge Street. They even called the SWAT team over to try to arrest a group of construction workers who were told mostly are immigrants.
Tranquila, mami, tranquila, tranquila.
An immigrant roundup at this gas station on Bridge Street in Lowell was caught on camera Friday morning. DEA and ICE agents swarmed the area, calling in a SWAT team and surrounding several vans belonging to a roofing company. About a dozen workers were lined up against the wall with officers checking their IDs.
Triste por lo de mi familia y mis amigos.
Jorge Lara was one of the few spared. He says he's saddened for his 9 friends and family members who were arrested while trying to head to work. Meanwhile, in East Boston, another round of arrests. This one on Chelsea Street, where undercover vehicles cornered a man in a work van and quickly took him away. It happened in front of Daniel's barbershop. He says there's a lot of uncertainty in the community, especially knowing that agents are trying to blend in, people fearful of going to work.
This level of force and intimidation, psychological warfare, just doesn't seem necessary.
Former FBI Special Agent in Charge Michael Tabman says he spent his career working drug interdictions and rarely had to hide his identity from the public or make such a display of force. He believes it can be counterproductive as the immigrant community may take more desperate attempts to evade police.
Person being arrested should be assured that this is actually a law enforcement operation. We want to reduce the fear, reduce the chance of them fighting back because they fear they're being kidnapped.
Now, we also reached out to ICE and DEA for answers, but we have not heard back. I also spoke with the owner of the roofing company that was targeted. He says that the workers involved here today were all contracted. Now, he says that these workers, he described them as some of the nicest people he's ever met. He also pointed out how he's noticed that ICE is staking out some of the main roads here in Lowell. He says that they're looking out for utility vans and trucks trying to target immigrant workers. Reporting live in Lowell, Oscar Margain, NBC 10 Boston.
There are
24 agents, SWAT team, ICE coordination, all framed by NBC Boston as psychological warfare against immigrants. But they left out the part where the targets were illegal migrants and criminals. That isn't harassment. It's targeted enforcement. And here's the truth. If police announced every move they made, none of these arrests would happen. The media knows that, but fear? Headlines, those fear headlines, they get clicked and protect their narrative. And if you think Massachusetts' problem ends there, you're really about to see just how deep this goes. See this guy right here? 17 years in this country as a registered sex offender. 17 years. Only now is he being deported, and only because ICE is pushing through sanctuary roadblocks. The Lincoln Raleigh Act says these criminals must be detained. Democrats fought it. Why? Because, enforcing the law proves that Trump and conservatives was right all along. I'm just saying, man, from Sunny Isles to Boston, ICE is proving what happens when law enforcement is actually allowed to do its job. Every win shatters the left's talking points. Every win. And same thing. Remember that face. And remember who tried to protect them. Make sure y'all follow me on Rumble and follow me on my X, so you don't never have to depend on the media's cherry-picked version of reality. Y'all, please be safe. Go check on a friend today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Peace.